So, in 2020, Franklin Kujofimani, who hails from that particular part of the country, has said clearly that you disenfranchise people. Why do you disagree with that? It's obvious on the face of it that you did.
I think, Mr. Mensa, one thing our listeners and our viewers must know is that in 2020, the Guan district was created in 2020. And before the referendum that created the regions, the Sancho Kofi, Akpafulolobi, Lekpet, those areas were part of the Volta region.
Yeah.
And they were carved out of the Volta region, so they joined the Uti region. A new district was created in that particular area called the Guan district. So when the district was created, the Electoral Commission was notified of the creation on 10th November. By law, when you want to create a constituency, you are supposed to lay a CI in Parliament. And when we prepare CI, we send it to the Attorney General. So when we heard that the district had been created, we put the CI, we had already prepared the CI, so we sent it to the AG advised. Just when we were about to go to Parliament, the information came that Parliament had gone on recess for the elections.
But that's something you should have known.
No, we shouldn't have known. That's the Parliament's work.
But Parliament going on recess is public knowledge.
No, they go on, that's their business. So the EC did everything to be able to create that particular constituency. And when people hear the EC was the one that disenfranchised, then they don't understand the processes. Because Parliament created the district. So when Parliament created the district, for the CI to even be laid and matured in Parliament, it requires 21 sitting days. And 21 sitting days, we know Parliament usually does not work on Saturdays, on Sundays, and on Mondays. So when you look at the time we were notified in writing by the Ministry of Local Government on 10th November, and to even lay a CI, before the CI will be laid, you have to send it to the Subsidiary Legislation Committee of Parliament. Once you send the CI to the Subsidiary Legislation Committee of Parliament, they will invite the Electoral Commission to discuss the document. That alone can take about a week to 2 weeks. So practically, the time the Guan district was created, it wasn't possible for the EC to create a constituency at that time. So anyone who makes the claim that the EC was the one that disenfranchised the Guan people doesn't understand how the system works.
You said you were notified by the Minister for Local Government
on 10th November
in writing. But why do you wait for the political head to notify you when this is a constitutional action that has happened?
It wasn't possible for the East to create a constituency for them when they had not gotten the district. This is how our processes work. And we've also heard some people saying that, oh, why didn't you allow them to vote in the Jasikai?
I mean, but the creation of the district is a constitutional, it's pursuant to a constitutional provision.
Yes.
And once it's done, the Constitution lays out a clear process
and looking
for
at the time,
activation of the EC's own
so look, which
processes.
We did. Looking at the time, it wasn't possible. That's why I made the point.
But is the reliance on the local government minister's letter to trigger your constitutional mandate is what has also raised a bit of questions.
No, it shouldn't, because that's the procedure. Because the Guan areas were part of the Hohoi municipality. So as soon as that region as soon as they joined Oti, they were no longer part of the Volta region. And in the Constitution, Article 47 of the Constitution, Article 47.2, it states clearly that no constituency can be in two regions.
I mean, those on the face of the law is very clear.
Then the Local Government Act 936 is also very clear that one member of parliament cannot represent two districts. So if the Guan people had voted in Jasikai, then Mr. Kofi Adams, Honorable Kofi Adams, would have become the member of parliament representing Jasikai district and also Guan district. If they had also voted in Hohoi, then Mr. Honorable, the MP for Hohoi, would have become the MP representing the Hohoi district and also the Guan district. So under the circumstances, the EC did the best it could do. So those who are trying to say, oh, why EC has never disenfranchised.
But the people there were disenfranchised, at least in the parliamentary election. So where disenfranchisement
so that's why
simply means they could not vote
if you want someone to blame for that process, the parliament, the time the parliament began the process of the Guan creating the ally that created the Guan, the time they began the process, they should have known that it wasn't possible that a constituency would be created for them to vote in the parliamentary election. It wasn't possible. But because the nature of the EC's work, at times we don't talk about certain things. But clearly, anyone who blames the EC for what happened in the Guan, for them not electing the member of parliament, the person doesn't understand the processes of parliament.